got is all your love to break the chains.
G'day. Been a while since I've been on YT Court, and there's a reason for it. I've just been too damn busy focusing on what is actually currently going on a day-to-day basis when it comes to COVID and God knows what else. But there's no topic really here on YT Court. This is just an update of what is actually happening. People say, Jamie, where's on YouTube on that? Well, you just got to go look for it. And secondly, and this is the update. So over the course of the last 2 months, I had 2 channels removed from YouTube, one of them having over 1.58 thousand subscribers, over 80,000 views. One video had over 20,000 views. Gone. Last week, I got a strike on Southern Truth 3 channel because they play the Judy Markovich for the very first time on YouTube. Strike. So riddle me this, ladies and gentlemen. So when we did the Judy Markovich interview back in October last year, I had Eric on the panel, had Bill Grant on the panel, and myself. Eric uploaded that episode up on YouTube on his channel. Didn't get a warning, didn't get a strike. I kept it on the back burner of YouTube. I had it on the other accounts like Rumble, and we'll get to Rumble in a second. And I got wonderful views on that one, right, on Rumble. So riddle me this. So Eric didn't get a strike, Eric didn't get a warning, but I did. Months after that was recorded and done. Good job, YouTube. So this is what I have done. Southern Truth episodes will no longer be on YouTube anymore. Oh, Jamie's leaving YouTube. Okay, yeah, in one way I am. Right? But here's the thing. If people think that what is currently going on in the world is not going to eventually happen in their own neck of the woods, you got rocks in your head. Many people are still bitching and moaning about what other people are doing on YouTube and doing these freaking lawsuits and shit like that. Keep doing it to one another. I'm not involved in that shit. You know, you want to tear people down to build yourself up, go and give yourself a fucking gold medal. I don't really give a shit no more. You know? Here's another thing. And I didn't want to bring this up, but I think people need to have a bit of a tease of what happened. Right? Eric and I haven't really spoken to each other for over, give or take, 2 months. He wanted to do his stuff. I'm doing my own stuff, right? Eric and I, we don't contact each other anymore, right? He called me some shit and, yeah, whatever. I'm not bagging him, No, I don't put him down. And, quite frankly, yeah, I've been hurt by it. No, and he knows that, and other people do know that. But I'm not here to do a bash video or anything. That's not me. The single thing is, I've been doing this COVID trip every single day, and not many people can fucking say that, but I can. I put myself in harm's way. I put myself on the line nearly every single day, and you can probably see it. It has taken its toll. Rallies isn't doing anything. People think that we got a chance to fight this. We can fight the New World Order, or more importantly, fight the fucking government. You're kidding yourself. You literally are kidding yourself. You ain't going to beat them. They're far too powerful. And they keep continuing to grow and grow and grow and grow until eventually you have nothing left. You ain't going to fucking win. The only thing what we can do is just expose it. But trying to literally fight against this machine, like physically fight against this machine, you ain't going to do anything. You're going to fall on your fucking face before you fucking know it. No. Another thing that has happened over the time I've been away from Jordan Maxwell has passed away. Many people know that I have interviewed Jordan Maxwell, and this hit me hard. The legendary Jordan Maxwell, who's been doing research and exposing the elite and God knows what else for over 60 years, has set a platform for people like us, the truth seekers, to do shows as well. He has now passed away. And people think just going on YouTube and just playing days of our fucking granny fluid it's going to get you popular on YouTube. Well, continue to do that. Continue to do that. Continue to make bash videos so you can build yourself up. Tear people down so you can build yourself up. Continue to do that. If that's your prerogative, if that's what makes you happy, keep fucking doing it. Right? My job right now is to keep myself safe and keep Shay safe. I'm fighting this from the home front. I'm doing this on an individual basis now. I'm not doing it for my fucking nation. I'm not doing it for my neighbour. I'm not doing it for anybody. I'm doing it for myself. I'm fighting it from the home front. And if you think that we're in the shit now, you ain't saying fucking nothing yet. You ain't saying anything close to what is coming. Oh, Jamie, what's coming? I keep it under my hat for now. You'll figure it out eventually, what's fucking really going on. But people just want to tear people down. Oh, it's funny. It was for a short time, but not for a long time. It's funny. It's funny for all the bullshit that's coming out. Yeah, for a short time it was. But it's like Groundhog Day as well. You got granny fluid, you got COVID. Groundhog Day, same shit, different fucking day. And all it seems to be doing is just tearing people down to fucking build themselves up. If you want to continue to do that, go and fucking do it. Give yourself a fucking gold medal while you're at it. All right? Give yourself a participation award. Right? You ain't serving any fucking justice or anything. You're not serving anyone any fucking good. The same shit, different fucking day. All right? That's what it's always has been. As you really educate, let me put it in plain hindsight. Yeah, granny flu was educational for some people because their mindset was fixated on that fucking shit on a constant fucking basis. And those people that constantly fixate on that need to get their fucking mind sorted out and probably go and get some fucking counseling. because they need serious fucking help. Oh, but lives have been destroyed. Really? Lives have been destroyed. Well, apparently people's lives been destroyed by COVID too. Did you get it? Yeah. The government's been destroying lives every fucking day. Do you finally get it now? Oh, but that's just a conspiracy. Yeah, it's a conspiracy, isn't it? Have you walked on the fucking streets lately in the last 2 years, or you just been wrapped up in your own little bubble inside your own fucking house, in your own four walls? You haven't even seen any fucking sunlight for the last 2 years because you've been on your fucking fat ass, eating Doritos and whatnot, playing fucking games on computers. And that's what you guys been doing. Have you actually made a change for yourself? Don't worry about making a change for your community or your neighbor. Have you actually made a change for yourself? Oh yeah, exposing the stalkers on YouTube. Really? You've been making a change, yeah? I remember one time one person wanted to call up the Prime Minister of Australia to get me extradited back to America. I'm still fucking here. And people believe this shit. People believe anything that comes out of people's fucking mouth because they're fucking miserable. So what has Southern Truth have done? Okay, well, we've just gone over to Rumble now. If you want to watch Southern Truth's episodes, you have to go over to Southern Truth 79 on Rumble. That's the only way that you are going to watch stuff that's not fucking censored. You can't talk about COVID on fucking YouTube without being banned or fucking censored. People say you got freedom of speech. Bullshit. Let's talk about freedom of speech for a second, shall we? So people are saying that we got freedom of speech. Yeah? Well, you do. In hindsight, you do. But behind that freedom of speech, you've got a consequence to pay. And people do hold other people accountable when it comes to freedom of speech. More so than others in some aspects in different groups and organizations. Yeah? And people whinge and complain about freedom of speech this and freedom of speech that. That's our First Amendment. Yeah, well, it's true. You do have a First Amendment. But behind that First Amendment, you also have a consequence. You are held accountable for everything that you do say. See, we can control the direction or path we may lead down to. But what we do not control is the consequences that may come. Whether it's a good or bad consequence, you don't have a fucking say in the matter. And people say, Jamie, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, yeah? Most American people think the reason why Australia's in the fucking mess we are in because we gave up our guns. We didn't give up our guns. You can still own a gun here in Australia. Oh, but it's not the high powerful weapons. Well, a gun's still a fucking gun, isn't it? It's a tool. Doesn't matter how many bullets come out of that chamber, a gun's a gun. We can still own guns here in Australia, just a little bit more regulated. And you've got to go through so many hoops to maintain a gun. But you can still own a gun here in Australia. You can still own a gun. But do you currently own a gun, Jamie? No. But I can get one if I want to. Oh, but you need one now, John. Yeah, well, a gun's not going to save anyone's fucking life right now, what is coming up, guys. No? You're not going to sit there like being Rambo and trying to shoot your way out of this fucking thing. It ain't going to fucking happen. No? Let's get fair income and let's get fucking real here. To shoot your way out of this fucking mess, you ain't going to fucking win. No, you simply ain't going to fucking win. If they can drop a bomb from a fucking drone and you're standing there with a fucking gun waiting, you got fucking rocks in your head. But I know nothing, okay, guys? I know fucking nothing. Why don't we start focusing on humanity? On the positive of humanity? What makes us great? What makes us wake up in the morning and start seeing, the sunrise and the birds flying in the air, the water trickle along the river or the lake or the ocean? Focus on the positive. Be able to focus on things that you do actually like, whether it's music, sport, whatever makes you happy. Focus on them, rather than focus on what other people fucking got to say about you. People going to like you and people going to dislike you. That's what nature is all about. Human nature. The best advice I ever got when I was on radio back in 2010, don't become your own fucking critic. People are going to hate you. People are going to not like you. And many people think that we're in this mess because of COVID. Yeah, good one. Good one. People have been trying to focus on this Wendy chick for fucking 7-8 years. Or how many long years? I don't fucking remember now. And what has it caused? What has it caused? Oh, the talk show of the fucking months, hasn't it? Really? What has it done? What purpose has it done for people? People are still getting stressed out about her and getting upset about her. Oh, yeah, she says a lot of shit. Don't worry about that. Right? She says a lot of shit. But realistically, guys, you're going to let some fucking homebound, mental, fucked up, very little friend impact your life to become as miserable and delusional as her? Hurt people hurt people. I don't let that person influence or impact my life one fucking bit. My head is still held up high. I can still do what I fucking do. I'm not constantly looking over my shoulders and figuring out, what this person's saying about me here, what that person's saying about me there, lawsuit there. I don't have any fucking lawsuits against me at the moment, right? And I'm planning to keep it that fucking way. But hurt people, emotional people, will hurt people. And that's what this has always been at come. Why do you allow this fucking freak, whatever you want to call her, impact your life so much? Or more importantly, why do you allow anybody with that type of mindset to impact and influence your fucking life? Why? There's other things that we can look forward to, rather than focusing on the fucking negative and trying to bash people down to build yourself up. Right? Yeah, I've been guilty of that. Right? But I pulled myself away from that a long, long fucking time ago. And I've been focusing on this fucking COVID bullshit for the last 2 and a bit years. Right? But it's a break away from all the real shit. Well, I'd rather focus on the real shit than the fucking fantasy fucking intellectual people that don't even know what reality is. They believe that this YouTube is their reality. That they can fight their court battle systems on fucking YouTube. Seriously? You're just more fucked up with what they are if you believe it. Right? But they have destroyed lives. Well, I'm not doubting that they haven't. But there's nothing you can do about it on fucking YouTube. Take them to court. If you're really worried about certain people, take them to fucking court. Oh, but it costs money. Well, do you have the money? No. Well, shut up about it then. If you don't have the money to take them to court and that, shut up about it. Oh, but they're getting away with it. Well, people get away with more shit than just that. And let me tell you, many people get accused of more shit than what she's been fucking saying. And other people. Does it really matter? At the end of the day, does it really fucking matter what she says? If you know you've done nothing wrong, does it really fucking matter? If you are truth within yourself, why should it fucking matter what other people fucking say about you? Why? Oh, but she needs to be exposed. Yeah? Really? She's just a miserable fucking person. What more do you need to expose about? Right? We know what she does. Make YouTube fucking videos early hours in the morning and put them on private at midnight. We know that. Who gives a fuck anymore? It's like fucking Groundhog Day. Same fucking shit, different fucking day. What the weather going to be like in Granny Fluidville? It's going to be warm with a chance of fluid drops. I mean, fuck. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Doesn't really change anything. G'day, Jones. So, yeah, I mean, the last 2 months I've had the 2 channels taken down on YouTube and, 1.58 thousand subscribers and 80,000 views gone because YouTube don't like the truth when it comes to COVID. Medical misinformation is translated of exposing too much truth. Why don't I just read a little bit out of the first chapter of The Real Anthony Fauci, written by Robert F. Kennedy, Let me just, I got told 48 hours ago that that Jordan Maxwell passed away. I got told 48 hours ago. All right? And I'm a bit saddened by that, but I don't do shows anymore on Southern Truth on YouTube. I'm doing Southern Truth on Rumble now. But let's go out with the bang, shall we? On YT Court. I'm just going to read just a little small. Well, actually, I'm going to read a page out of the first chapter of The Real Anthony Fauci. Bear with me. Dr. Fauci's strategy for managing COVID was to suppress viral spread of mandatory masks, social distancing, quarantine, the healthy, also known as lockdown, while instructing COVID patients to return home and do nothing, receive no treatment whatsoever until difficulty breathing sent them back to hospital to submit to intravenous radiation and ventilation. This approach to ending an infectious disease contagion had no public health precedent and academic scientific support. Predictably, it was grossly ineffective. America racked up the world's highest body counts. Medicines are available against COVID, inexpensive, safe medicines that would have prevented hundreds of thousands of hospitalizations and saved as many lives if only we used them in this country. But Dr. Fauci and his buddies, collaborators, deliberately suppressed those treatments in service to their single-minded objective, making Americans await salvation from the novel multi-million-dollar vaccines. American native idealism will make them reluctant to believe that their government's policies were ill-conceived, so unfounded in science, so tethered to financial interests, that they cause hundreds of thousands of wholly unnecessary. But as you will see below, the evidence speaks for itself. Peer-reviewed science offered academic, if any, support of masking, quarantines, and social distancing and Dr. Fauci offered no citations or justification to support his dietards. But common sense and the weight of scientific evidence suggest that all these strategies and unquestionably shutting down the global economy could far more injuries and deaths than they invented. Dr. Fauci was clearly aware that his master's degrees were contrary to overwhelming sciences. In July 2020, after switching course to recommend national mask mandates, Dr. Fauci told Norah O'Donnell with InStyle magazine that his earlier dismissal of mask efficacy was correct. Quote, in the context of the time in which I said it, and that he intended to prevent a consumer run on masks that might jeopardize their availability for frontline responders. But Dr. Fauci emails reveal that he was given the same advice privately. Moreover, he detailed explanations to the public and to higher-level health regulators indicate he genuinely believes that ordinary masks had little to no efficacy against viral infection. In a February 5, 2020 email, for example, he advised his priority former boss, President Obama Health and Human Services Secretary Sylvia Burwell, on the futility of masking the healthy. On February the 17th, he invoked the same rationale in an interview in USA Today. Quote, a mask is much more appropriate for someone who is infected and you're trying to prevent them from infecting another person. It is in protecting you against infection. If you look at the mask that you buy in a drugstore, the leaflet around that doesn't really do much to protect you. Now, in the United States, there is absolutely no reason whatsoever to wear a mask. But during a 28th of January speech, WHS regulators, he explained a fruitlessness of masking asymptomatic people. This is his quote. The only thing historically people need to realize that even if there are some asymptomatic transmission in all the history of respiratory-borne virus of any type, asymptomatic transmission has never been the driver of outbreaks. The driver of outbreaks is always a symptomatic person. Even if there are a rare asymptomatic person that might transmit, an epidemic is not driven by asymptomatic carriers. That is just some of the stuff of chapter 1 that I just read. I'll be reading a chapter a week on my Rumble account on Southern Truth 79 on Rumble. Right? One show a week is dedicated to this book. I'll be reading a chapter a week. You can't read this book on YouTube, folks. You get censored instantaneously. You will get censored and struck down like you never believe. And people say, just don't talk about COVID on YouTube. Well, I don't anymore. I'm on Rumble. And if people want to continue to watch their shows on YouTube, continue to do it. But give it time. Those shows that you watch on YouTube will eventually get taken down and you've got nothing to watch. Oh, Jamie, why don't you just start up a new YouTube channel? I've done it 3 times. What's the fucking point? You still have the same term and conditions on YouTube, no matter if you change another channel on YouTube or not. What's the point of bashing heads with YouTube? Oh, just appeal it, yeah? You can't win an appeal on fucking YouTube. You don't even know who's fucking responding to the YouTube appeal. You can't appeal anything. I appealed so many times, within 5 seconds after sending the appeal, I get a response back saying it's been declined. So instead of YouTube removing my third channel, I'm going to remove myself. Yeah, I'm still going to do karaoke and shit like that on YouTube, but I'm not going to give them the benefit of taking the third channel down. So I just make amends. I go to Rumble, which has already got a quote unquote super chat, right? And on Rumble, they call Rumble rants, right? I did a show on Friday on Rumble and people were super chatting. Great. You know what? On YouTube, if you get 1,000 subscribers now, to get yourself the super chat, you've got to take your age restriction off your content to be allowed to get you the super chat. My videos and my content is not suitable for children. So there's no way in hell I'm going to take the age restriction down on YouTube just so I can get super chat. Therefore, I'm over on Rumble now. And I've got super chat already there. Right? I'm already there. We're going to talk of subjects that we don't normally do here on YouTube. We're going to talk about all the topics that I want to talk about, like the Port Arthur massacre, like the Beaumont children, right? Like Sandy Hook. We're going to have people on the panel talking about Sandy Hook, right? You can't talk about this shit on fucking YouTube. I bet you can do it on fucking Rumble, no? And people get jealous about me because I've been making money out of my content. Well, you got to do it somehow, don't you? Don't blame me that I've got a bigger supporter base that currently watches the show and they want to support the show. That's up to them. Right? I don't twist their arm. I don't kiss their ass. I don't beg for money. Yeah, we've got coffee cups, hoodies, stickers, T-shirts. Right? You can order it now. Right? But if you want to order it, you've got to come over and follow the show, and we'll give you the website. Right? But if you want to continue to bash people down to build yourself up, go ahead. Leave me out of it. I continue to fight my fight from my home front. Right? Yeah, I am a little bit disappointed in certain people, and they fucking hurt me. Right? And one of them being Eric, but I'm not bashing him. I'm not making a bash video. Right? I'm not bashing Eric. I mean, Eric and I haven't spoken for about 2 months together, right? Right? So I'm hurt about that, but I'll just leave it as that. I don't need to do a bash video on Eric. You know, if he wants to do it, that's on his part. I don't do that shit, right? But I'm hurt about it, right? I love him as a brother. I've always have, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? You know, I've got my own journey to live. And that's the thing. I get frustrated and animated when people don't fucking pay attention because what I've been saying for the last 2 and a bit years is finally fucking hitting home to certain people. If you think you've got a way fighting yourself out of this mess, you are a fucking fool. You are fooling yourself. There is no way out of this. And this is why people have been saying for years, you better be prepared. You better stock up on your food. All right? Be prepared to relocate when shit hits the fan. People just think, oh, we can just go to rallies and shit and get the government on our side. The government's never going to be on our side, ladies and gentlemen. Never have and never will. We need to prepare ourselves. If you haven't done it now, it's too fucking damn late. It's too late now. To prepare yourself now, it's far too late. Because the worst is about to come. And that's the reality. People think this is a walk in the park and it's all a bed of roses. You're kidding yourself. Oh, but we got to rely on God more. Yeah, well, God also gave us a free will. We've got to fight it on our own. We can't expect God to fight it for us. If you're standing on pure righteousness, what God gives you, well, then look at the David and Goliath situation in the Bible. God gave David a free will, whether to fight or to run away. But David chose to fight, didn't he? God gives you a free will. We can't just solely rely on God to do the fighting for us. Yeah, we can pray all we want. We can have much faith as we want, right? But we've got to do our bit too. We've got to choose our own pathway. Can't just rely on God to give us a direction or a sign. Sometimes we've got to find it ourselves. Yeah? I choose to fight it from the home front. There's no point doing it on the fucking streets anymore because the governments haven't been listening to us for the last 2 and a bit years. Right? As long as I'm fighting it from my home front here, that's all that matters now. Right? I can still move around. I can still do things that I want to do. I can still enjoy my weekends. I can still go to places. If they ask for an ID, well, I don't give it to them. I go to the next place. I don't go into places that ask me ID. If I have the 1, 2, 3, I don't go into those certain places. I go into places that don't require those. That's why I've still got a smile on my face. That's why I'm still doing the things I'm doing. We need to turn our back away from the system. If these businesses and places and restaurants and whatnot have a systematic system in place that separates people, well, don't go back into that business. It's not that fucking hard. They're already talking about 10,000 cases here in Adelaide in about 3 days' time because we're coming into winter. Oh, but we go into winter every fucking year. Why is it over the last 2 years when winter comes around, restrictions are back in place, lockdowns are back in place, and we're back into the same old as we were back in 2020 because they are running the show. But why don't the Australian public take back we didn't fucking... Listen, if people think that we're in this mess because we lost our fucking guns back in Port Arthur, you are kidding yourself. You were fooled. You were lied. You believed what the fucking stories were told. You never came to me and asked you my personal reason behind it, the actual facts behind it. You can still own a gun here in Australia. Oh, but you can't own a high, powerful weapon. For me, a gun is still a gun. Doesn't matter how many bullets come out of that fucking chamber. All right? You can, if you know what you're doing, you can modify that gun to fire the same rounds as that other weapon. All right? You can modify it if you want to. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't, but you can modify it. We still got guns here in Australia. It just means it's more regulated, which means you've got to go through a certain amount of hoops to get that gun that you want. Don't think that we can't own a gun here. We can own a gun. I can own a gun next week, but, you know, what do I know? Me know nothing. You know, people were fooled by the story of Port Arthur, the gun control of Australia. Yeah, 6 years after that gun control, there was another mass shooting here just before I left to go to Canada in 2002 at Monarch University. Another shooting. So we've got gun control, yeah? You were fooled. You were fooled. Did people give up their guns? Yeah, people did. Not all of them. Not every single person. Right? Not every single person in Australia gave up their guns back in 96. And yet, many people in America think that we all gave up our guns. I didn't own a gun back in 96. My next door neighbor didn't own a gun back in 96. But people did own guns. You can still own a gun now. But the thing is, if you think you're going to fight the government and the elite and the New World Order or whatever it shall be by being Rambo and shooting yourself out of this fucking mess, you're a fool. Do you realize how much power they have? And then people just say to me, oh, Jamie, well, if that's the case, we should give up then. Did I say give up? Well, I've been saying it for years to get yourself ready, get yourself prepared, stock up on some food, be prepared to relocate if shit really hit the fan. And people are now saying, oh, fuck, shit's gonna come. Shit. Really? The great Jeff Lehman was doing fucking shows like this with Eric and myself, talking about getting prepared. Right? I made a promise to his wife that I was going to fucking raise the flag on Jeff's honor for Australia. No one here in Australia came anywhere fucking close to the shows that I was doing, and still isn't. Oh, Max Egan. Yeah, well, Max Egan's no longer in Australia anymore. He's left Australia. I'm still in Australia. No one in Australia spoke to Judy Markovich until I fucking did last year. No one. Do I want to toot my horn about that? You fucking bet ya. Because everybody around here in Australia that's got an independent channel, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or gone, they saying, we've got so many thousands of subscribers, please support me, yeah? They haven't even done it deadly shit to compare to what I've done. Oh, but they've got a supporter base, yeah? Well, that supporter base is bandwagon supporter base. If you take away Canberra, if you take away Melbourne, if you take away Brisbane rallies, that support-based system that these people have will not even be in existence. And most of these people are backed up by a fucking political party. Right? They are backing a independent party or so, whatever. It's still a fucking political party. I don't put myself and affiliate with any political parties. Many people know where I stand on politics here in Australia. I don't fucking give a one iota to any of them, not even the independent. And they think that we've got a chance of fucking beating this fucking two-party system. No, you don't. You're a fool. You're an idiot. You got rocks in your head. You need a lobotomy. All it does is make fucking situations worse than what it was originally. And it's been like this for fucking decades here in Australia. Right? It's like a revolving door system. Garbage in, garbage out. You replace one dickhead with another dickhead. And people think that the election's going to save us. They've been talking about the federal election for the last 18 months at the fucking rally on how to vote. in this upcoming federal election. I don't give a fucking shit about the election. I want to know how we're going to get these mandates dropped. That's what I'm there for. I don't want to know how to vote. I know how to vote. You put 1 to fucking 5 or 1 to 4 or 1 to 3 and then you put another number on the other fucking paper. Not that fucking hard. But people think that we got a way to fighting out of this. We got a chance. We got a way to win this. Really? Really? You ain't gonna win nothing. We haven't won anything over the last 2 years, and people think all of a sudden we're going to win. There've been some people at rallies saying we have won. You haven't won anything. We're still in the same fucking mess that we was back 2 years ago. The mandates are still here. They extended the state of emergency powers and, well, whatever it is. You haven't won anything. And people say, Jamie, you don't know what you're talking about. We are going to win. No, you're fucking not. You ain't winning anything. We can expose as much as we want. But the point of the matter is, you ain't going to beat the fucking global system that's currently in place. If you actually understand who is behind all this and join the dots, hey, if you join the dots with some of the leaders here in the Australian states and territory leaders on what they actually do and what their bloodline is, you'll be absolutely going, what the fuck? Everything goes back to like the Global Economic Forum and the Event 201. No? It goes all the way back to that too. Yeah. BlackRock and shit like that. You ain't saying anything yet. Anything. Well, anyway, I'm going to join me Sunday. I'm going to have another break today. Continue to knock yourself out, guys. All right? But I'll leave you with this. The drummer for Foo Fighters passed away yesterday. Well, yesterday Australian time, last night. It was drug related. You know, the reports are out there. You know, it was drug related. So we've got another sad day in the music world. Jordan Maxwell, the legendary exposure researcher, and he passed away 48 hours ago. It always comes in three. So who's going to be the third one? We have Jordan Maxwell, Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters. Who's going to be the third one? It always comes in three. Always. Anyway. Enjoy your Sunday. It's Sunday here in Australia. I'm off. Catch ya.